tearing out pieces of me to replace the broken pieces of you. Tearing out. Hello, wealthy family, and welcome to today's Mindset Monday. Excuse my voice. I don't know what's going on, why it sounds like this, but hopefully you all can hear me. And maybe because I'm a little in distress. As you can see by the title of this video, we're going to be talking about Bob Proctor and some of his teachings because it really, really changed my life. And he was a wonderful man and a very inspirational man. If you don't know who Bob Proctor is, I don't know where you've been. You know, you're missing out on life. He completely changed the way how I viewed things, how I saw things. He helped me understand what a paradigm was. Okay, before then, I didn't know what a paradigm was before Bob Proctor. And he passed away on February 3rd. And how I found out he passed away, um, I've invested a lot in his seminars and his teachings and things of that nature, following him, not just the free YouTube video, but I was a member of the Proctor Gallagher Institute, and I saw an email come through, and my husband was here with me, and I was just like, what? Like, I was in disbelief. I know he was an elder. I know he was, inching up there, but always when it hits home, it hits different when it becomes a reality. And when I did my past life regression in Houston last week, um, his energy came through and it made me feel all that more closer with him. And now here he is transitioned back to the spirit realm. So um, I was I was a little in distress for a while of all the people that have passed away, all the quote unquote celebrities and impactful people, you know, he hurt. And I did shed a couple tears, you know. It was a lot because he really changed my life. And like I said, helped me switch my paradigm and let me realize that the only thing that was different between myself and the myself at the moment and the self that I wanted to be was my thought process. And not enough people understand that. A lot of us are living in ignorance because we're allowing our paradigms, our mental thought processes to control us because of our genetics or our environments or a combination of both. And we're not doing enough to switch it, to make a conscious decision. We just fall right in line with the, oh, well, this is what it is. There's so many people that I speak to that says, I can't do anything different. There's nothing different out there for me. My parents did this, so this is what it is. I'm from here, so this is what I should do. And I'm like, no, that's a bunch of malarkey. Like, what is wrong with y'all? So, listening to Bob Proctor, reading some of the books that he's recommended. I've also recommended some of those to you. Think and Grow Rich, amazing. U Squared, amazing. And of course, his book, You Were Born Rich, right? Amazing. Even if you are short some of the dollars to make the richness a physical reality, you were born rich. You were born perfect, despite what it is that's being said or being told to you on a constant basis. You are. And you have the ability to bring down everything that you so desire into this reality. My favorite Bob Proctor quote, you've heard it many times. If you can hold it in your head, you can hold it in your hand. When you have an idea, it is not from your own original fruition. It is being pulled down from your super consciousness, which is tied to your spiritual nature. It's being pulled down into your physical brain and now can be translated or transmuted into the reality. But we are a collective that operates on frequencies. So, depending on the frequency of your paradigm thought process, that is what will determine how your events unfold in your life, how you experience certain things. So let's take money, for example. If all you ever do when you think about money is think about debt and think about, I don't have enough, I only make this, I can only do this bill is due every single month, the rent comes around, the light comes around, and this comes around, and that comes around. If you are constantly only thinking about that, that's what you're going to constantly experience. I had a money threshold of $30,000 a year. I used to feel that that's all I could make. And I felt it was pretty decent money. $30,000 a year, like, I'm almost there. Like, I can keep working and get a raise until XYZ. Until I saw that our family, our household, was able to make $30,000 in a month. And I was like, holy mama. But the only way on how to switch your paradigm and switch your thought process, well, there's two ways. The two ways on how which you can change that around is by repetition. And I've said this before. You didn't learn your ABCs by saying it once. They had to keep instilling it in you, putting a rhythm to it. Okay? And now you can recite your ABCs. Even though you don't say it every day, it's implanted in your mind. I know there's some saying that your mother, your grandparents, or an elder in your life used to say to you all the time that you can recall lickety split. Although they may not say it to you all the time now, it's been instilled, ingrained in your mind because of repetition. So when you repeat something over and over, you pick up new meaning depending on where you are in your life, and it allows itself to ingrain itself into your mind. Now, the other way on how you can shift your paradigm is through a severe emotional event. So let's take this virus that's happening. This is a severe emotional event. Although right now reports are coming out that you don't have to do this, you don't have to do that, you should do this, a lot of people are still in the first stages of when it all happened of paranoia. They're still disinfecting things. They're wearing 2, 3 different masks, even though they're told, okay, don't wear the mask when you go to sleep or things of that nature. It's ingrained. 9/11, another one, a very deep emotional trauma. Now, it's not affecting me the same because I didn't have an emotional attachment to it. However, although 9/11, that day is the day I found out I was pregnant with my first son. Wild. But I that's what emotionally is attached to that day for me. But those who were in the event, who were on the planes, who were in the towers, who were on the ground in the city, firefighters, people that had family that were affected from it, regardless of what your thought process is, that trauma and that event was very emotionally ingrained and entwined and caused many people's paradigms to shift. So please understand and understand. I want you all to understand that there are ways in how you can switch your thought process that can switch the way on how you live and do things. It is very much possible, but you have to decide that you're not going to allow your preconceived designation of your genetics and the environment in which you are to keep you in that same loop. There are many reasons on which you should change and how you can change if you just so allow yourself to do so. So, the steps that Bob Proctor was telling us to take was so imperative because it wasn't a selfish gain. There's many people out here, there's 10-year-olds out here making $1 million a month. That's because they don't have the weight of the world beating them down, telling them no, they can't. They're making more than their parents, and their parents can't seem to understand. Some of them just wash it up to, oh, this is their generation. This is a generation of technology. And although that may be very accurate and true, if the parents didn't just wash away the thought process of this is their generation and decided to say, you know what, child, teach me as well. Let me humble myself to learn. They too could get on that wave. One thing with wealthy people, which is who we are, one thing with wealthy people, we realize that money is a currency, and we realize that it flows from many different angles. You will never see a wealthy person working 2, 3 jobs. That is not what they mean by having multiple sources of income. Jobs is not going to get you where you want to be. It's a matter of creating a source of income, allowing that income to flow to you and work with you, whether you're awake or you're asleep. Trading manual energy, manual labor for money is a way of the past. We are shifting into a new paradigm, and we too can get on the ball with this. One thing that 2020 and 2021 taught us is that things can change at the drop of a dime. Things can change very rapidly, and no one has job security. So, with that being said, take heed to the many works and teachings of Bob Proctor. I'm going to link the Proctor Gallagher Institute YouTube channel below. They've been doing live streaming, 24/7 live streaming of Bob Proctor seminars since he passed, and it's been very beneficial. But also take some time to pick up a good book, because not just listening, but pick up a good book. And another tidbit, something that really changed my life, was having a card with me and having an affirmation on that card and reading it every single day as part of the repetition. And it's important how you start this phrase or this affirmation, because your words are very powerful. So directly from Bob Proctor, starting off your affirmation with, I am so happy and grateful now that I have, and then writing out your affirmation and reading it every single day, it is so powerful. You can do an affirmation for a month, for 3 months, or for a year. But you keep going with it and going with it until you start to see it come to fruition, until you ingrain it, like how you have your ABCs. Okay, wealthy family, that's all that I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed my slideshow. I felt it was important to have those things, those pictures showing instead of my face today. But I absolutely love and adore every single one of you, and I instill the energy of bliss, prosperity, and growth into every single one of you. Allow your paradigms to shift and allow 2022 to be your most significant year. It doesn't have to be your best, but your most significant. The year of doubles, the year of ferociousness, the year of wisdom and power. I love you all. Rise in power to Bob Proctor. And until we connect again, stay alert, stay aware, and live in love. Peace.